Paul McHugh, Cracker. You heard some from their latest Berkeley to Bakersfield on 429 Records. He also heard a classic there at the end. And David Lowry now is teaching a class down at University of Georgia. So hello to our friends down at WUGA and everybody down in Athens, Bertus, and everybody else listening down there. Great to see Cracker once again. Now we'll take a moment and rearrange the stage for our last guests of this hour. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you just want to hear something again, you can visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs that we don't have time to fit on the radio, and usually our complete finale song. If you'll just take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast, we would appreciate that very much. I'd like to let you know that we're coming back to Elkins, West Virginia, to the campus of Davis and Elkins College on Saturday evening, August 13, as part of the Augusta Heritage Festival. You can get tickets and more information on the website, mountainstage.org. Just like I remember how I booked Cracker on the Mountain Stage back in 1992, I remember distinctly how I decided to book these guys. They sent me their CD and a piece of notebook paper with a handwritten note that said they'd like to be on the show, explaining who they were. We often obviously get pitched things from publicists and record companies and managers and agents. And this one kind of caught my attention. I listened to the songs. I thought, wow, these guys are really good. They've been playing for a while now. Originally from New Jersey, but now they live in New York City. And when I went online to look at them and saw that they were bringing the sleeveless Argyle sweater back, that sealed the deal for me. So those of you listening there at home, there's a visual element to this act. Need to go see them live. They do it the old-fashioned way, around one microphone. They are brothers, Dan and Noah Rauchwork. Their third CD is called Oh Hello, Sweetie Pie. Welcome, the Lords of Liechtenstein.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we've been in West Virginia for a day now, and it's very beautiful. And sometimes New York gets a little smelly, so this song is about that. From the willow tree, and there's a gun laying in the yard from where the shooters took their marks among the fireflies in the dark. And there's a tractor out on the open field, and the farmer wipes his brow. He says the summer's all gone now, and the wheat has all laid down. Well, we made our rounds out on Halloween, all the singing in the kitchen and the climbing up the trees. I see witches from my window and lying out on my windowsill, and she's howling at the moon. She's saying I'll be home real soon. Do you miss me? I miss you. Well, my brother's out in the garden where the pumpkins make their place, where the sun, it burns my face. Seems like winter's coming late. Well, we made our rounds out on Halloween, all the singing in the kitchen and the climbing of the trees. I see witches from my window and ghosts out in the street. I'll come to the city now to rescue me. There's music up in the city, yeah, there's a band just passing through. They're singing, babe, I'm missing you, and I'm humming that same tune. Well, we made our rounds out on Halloween, all the singing in the kitchen and the climbing up the trees. I see witches from my window and ghosts out in the street. I'll come to the city now to rescue me. I'll come to the city now to rescue me. Thank you, thank you. Wow, thank you so much. What a little cherub my little brother is, isn't he?
What a treat it is to play music with this guy, let me tell you.
What a treat it is to play on Mountain Stage. Thank you all so much for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. This song is about the marginalization of America as told through the perspectives of various movie monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tower and I swatted airplanes down, metal mosquitoes falling to the concrete ground. But there were so many and my hand was holding you, so I lost my grip and dropped down to Fifth Avenue. It's a liberated country in a bright progressive world, but we're living in America where the gorilla never gets the girl. Halls where only lonely souls could sleep, reliving past lives as if rewound time were cheap. But those damn Ghostbusters, they turned the vacuums on. Suddenly I found that eternity was gone. It's a fascinating country, such a bright and vibrant place, but we're living in America where ghosts are afraid to show his face. Why do vampires get the glory while the rest of us lie broken in the dark? You know it doesn't take a genius to prance around the woods with nothing on. Oh, I cry out, someone save me. But if they heard, I doubt that they would come. They just turn and flee screaming. How come when I need them, all the heroes always run? 2, 3, 4! Churn the water as I patrol the crowded beach, searching for tourists floating somewhere within my reach. They'll come to get me once I've eaten all my fill. Ain't it it ironic that only man's allowed to kill? It's a moral-powered country full of virtue and of sin. Why is it in America that the monster's not allowed to win? Thank you. Thank you. The monsters appreciate your sympathy. As Larry mentioned, we do live in New York City, and something that's been happening in New York City lately, as well as in a lot of cities, is there's a lot of gentrification going on. And I live in Brooklyn, which is particularly affected by that. And so I wrote a song about it, and we're going to play it for you now. And because I'm such a positive person, I decided to call it Where Dreams Go to Die. Brooklyn is changing, yeah, it's changing too fast. The good things in life, they never last. Well, I'm sitting here in the shadow of progress, just watching the years roll on. The days, they ebb and flow like the tide. The past and the future stand side by side. Then the future is dragged down into the ocean while the past burns out in the dawn. For I have lost all that was once mine. Now I can't separate the damned from the divine, but I'm not even sure that there is a line. Oh, these streets are where dreams go to die. Bought this old brownstone on credit and hope, but the path to success is a slippery slope. One day I lost my grip and tumbled into the darkness without so much as a cry. Then the neighborhood changed as neighborhoods do. Young people moved in slowly two by two. I was left outside to drown in the flood, just slowly waving goodbye. For I have lost all that was once mine. Now I can't separate the damned from the divine, but I'm not even sure that there is a line. Oh, these streets are where dreams go to die. So I sit on my stoop and stare out at the street. My neighbors walk by, but our eyes never meet. While all around me my Jericho crumbles as the trumpets just play on. Thank you so much. All right. So, as Larry mentioned, all of these songs are off of our new album called Oh, Hello, Sweetie Pie.
I don't like it when he says it like that. But
There's a comma after the O, so you can't just say, oh, hello, Sweetie Pie. You have to say, oh, hello, Sweetie Pie. So, this is our last song.
this is going to be our last song, yeah. Well, thank you so much to the Mountain Stage team for having us, to all these other awesome bands. We're so excited. So this song came from about a year of me watching a lot of sad documentaries on Netflix and listening to a ton of John Prine. So.
Well, the walls of Attica are big and they're wide, and the bricks are laid quite tall. And my arms, they are sore from this pushing and prying on these bars that hold us all. Well, the boys here, they all talk of being free, and they talk of the world outside, and they talk of their loves and the flowers and trees, and their friends both living and dying. And all I want is my sweet Marie, and all I need is her heart. 'Cause she writes me and says when this old world does end, there'll be nothing to keep us apart. Well, my hair it grows gray as I'm wishing her well. My slacks are now too big to fit. I was sentenced to life in this old graying cell for crimes that I did not commit. So I'll sit and I'll read and I'll write to pass time. I'll sing these old songs in my head. But the dreams from my life that all used to be mine are either now dying or dead. And all I want is my sweet Marie, and all I need is her heart. 'Cause she writes me and says when this old world does end, there'll be nothing to keep us apart. Well, I dream that Marie will come rescue me, and she'll break down these walls with her hands, and she'll send me back to our old cornfield, which will now be my promised land. And all I want is my sweet Marie, and all I need is her heart. 'Cause she writes me and says when this old world does end, there'll be nothing to keep us apart. And all I want is my sweet Marie, and all I need is her heart. 'Cause she writes me and says when this old world does end, there'll be nothing to keep us apart. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dan and Nora Rockwork, the Lords of Liechtenstein from New York City. Oh, Hello, Sweetie Pie is their latest. That CD has 15 songs on it. It's a good deal. Additional support for Mountain Stage is provided by Paducah Visitors Bureau, Paducah, Kentucky, a UNESCO Creative City of Crafts and Folk Art, connected